Good weekend, all. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for Friday, the 21st of April, 2023. All right, this is your weekend edition, so we're going to look at longer-term charts. And, when you're looking at gold, it's still hanging here near the 2,000 level. That's not bad at all. Copper getting hurt. Why? Because we keep hearing economy upon economy, recession talk, and even China's growth that they came out with, the 4.5%, is tepid at best. It's not up to pre-COVID levels, so that means you're probably going to have some problems. In addition, there's concerns. Are you watching what's going on in Chile? Chile decided now under their new leader to nationalize a lot of the new lithium areas that are there. They're honoring some of the old contracts, but what they're really doing is they're stepping in and saying, the world's going to lithium. We're one of the major producers in the world. We're not going to be left out. And they're nationalizing the fields and so on. So if you had a lease, you might not have that lease anymore. All right. If you have a contract for mining, they said they're honoring those, but they won't be issuing new ones without them very involved. They want you to come in, but it's not the old way of doing business, all right? And that scares everybody, and mining stocks drop on it, and sometimes the materials drop. You have to remember that you get very nervous when you hear, I'm going to nationalize. It generally doesn't end up well. Look at Venezuela if you don't believe me. All right, so we take a look at gold. You can see how the market, by the way, Venezuela, one of the world's richest oil reserve countries in the world. One of the poorest. See how the nationalization. You see how you've come up here? Okay, that's a pretty good rally any way you cut it. Do you remember that I put this up? I want to say I haven't gone on YouTube to see how long. I'll bet it's 4 or 5 weeks ago. And I put it up and I said, I'll be surprised if we don't have some trouble right through here. Maybe we can tell just right here by how many. Let me see. I might be able to. All right, this is this week, April 21st. This is the 14th. That's when I put it up. So I put it up, I take that back, the 6th. This is the 21st. So we have gone through now that time frame, and I thought it was going to act as resistance. Not bad at all. I'm giving myself an A+ on drawing a line that actually for the moment has worked. When you take a look at the chart action, it certainly has propelled itself, and the trend is bullish. Higher lows, higher highs. That is still a bull trend. Here's what has bothered me all the way through. In order to come back to the support level, you got to break through the last low, which is 1945. That'll not give you a bear trend. That would take you out of the bull trend. So I'm looking to see, can we get an embedded reading so I get a better way to come in? The Bollinger Band is certainly stopping the rallies. The market hits it, pulls back, hits it. It's like you pull back, you ram it again. You pull back, you ram it again. Sort of like football, right? Could be rugby too. And you're not embedding. When you're overbought and you're not embedding, I don't want to get bullish up against Bollinger Bands. I'll let the next guy carry it. So that's what I'm seeing there. The gold-silver ratio continues to decline down. We look at silver market. You've gone from the lower Bollinger Band, and you finally hit the upper band. This is what I call the impossible catch trade on a weekly chart. Where are you going to buy it? Why don't you buy it up here to get back there? I mean, you're telling me you had the wisdom to do that on a vertical rise, where every single week it made a higher high and didn't break the prior week. I'm sure you caught it, and I'm sure some people did, but I'd say the vast majority of people don't even try. They'll use the daily charts, but if you're trading off the weekly chart, I don't see how you did that. In the copper, I can see where the resistance is. I mean, it's right in front of you. It is the 100-day average. And you hear me say, if you're a subscriber of mine to my morning videos, I teach you to be careful on the daily charts when you first hit 100 or a 200-day average, and the same as here. The first time you hit them, they generally don't treat you well. They'll go there and they'll stall on you. You'll go, what the heck is going on? That's what's going on right now. Platinum, overall the averages, but it took a long time. Want to see what I'm saying? Yes, it's going to let me do this. When we were coming down over here, and this was an orderly decline, I said, I don't know. I think the pros are going to start taking their profit between there and here, and it's what happened. Then I said, there's going to be a battle at the 100 to the 200-day, the 100-day average and the 18, because they're the ones right through there. And the 200, because you had been under it, could act as support. That's exactly what was going on. Now, if you clear 10-12, what happens is it could be a launch pad unless you get back under this low. Momentum up, trend up. If, and I just saying, if it's going to go, maybe you get to the upper Bollinger Band. Wow. It's exactly the setup that happened. If you've taken my full charting course, you know that we talk this, all right? And were the risks bigger than I was willing to take? Absolutely. So please don't get this that I told my clients to go long. The risk of buying it at 10-12 and putting a stop at 947 in the real world, too risky. Chart-wise, understanding it and telling my clients, no, you can't be short now. This market could run. That much I know that I was talking about in doing it. There is a difference between on normal trades taking a certain risk, an embedded trade taking a risk, and doing it like this. But the wisdom of it comes in, you don't want to be short. And you weren't. That's the good news. In the dollar index, I have a dilemma. I am bearish the dollar, but I have the same problem here. Why would I, if I'm looking at that chart one way, suddenly not? I see the support between the Bollinger Band to the 100-day. If you can crack that, then the next huge support's 97.86. But that's a big play. 97 from where you're at right now, 400 points, you dream for those trades in this. So the question is, what do you do with it right here? Well, subscribe and you get an idea of what I do. That's the news. And when I keep talking about that, I'm not being a wise guy. In my morning videos, they're typically out for you to see by 6 a.m. Central Time. I start off telling you what's going on first in Asia, then Europe, if there's something that's brewed overnight. I give you the news of the day. Then we go into the charts. And in the charts, I'm going to be very specific. Buy here, sell there. I'm right, I'm wrong. And I keep for you the current trades I recommend. I follow through with the next day. I create a spreadsheet of them. You're able to see how they come out. I am not keeping those beyond the trade life of that. I'm not giving you a track record, not trying to build a track record. It's only if I said today, buy, where am I right, where am I wrong? If it gets hit with a profit, so be it. If it has a loss, so be it. And that's the end of it. Why? I don't want to be a trade advisor. I don't want to go through all that. I don't want to publish track records in this. Don't need that life. I've had those lives in my prior lives. I've done this 54 years now. That's a long time to be doing this. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm now having the most fun I've ever had. Why? Because I'm teaching you as you do it. A lot of you trade through my brokerage company. We work with you hand and fist to it. And the whole idea is to make you better. When people write me and they say, I've learned, I'm seeing, it has changed, that's what I want to hear. Occasionally I get somebody that says, nah, you're useless to me, you son of a, you know what. Okay. I don't get many of those. Far few between in years, okay? But you get somebody that I just don't agree with. Okay, I'm not perfect. If you like to learn more, if you want to learn, join me. It's that simple. You're spending more. You go to a coffee shop, two coffees a week are more than my subscription for the month. You're going to get 24 videos, each 15 to 20 minutes long. You can whip through them. You're going to learn. You're going to get special reports. Come on, educate yourself. How do you do it? You go to our website under the word what? Research. You can click up here. If you're watching me on YouTube, you hit the join me. It's that simple. You'll be getting the charting software, the introductions, everything with it. I think you will find that the idea here, can I throw an idea at you, an education at you, a way of thinking at you that makes sense to you, and you do with it what you want. I'm not out to manage anybody's money. I'm out to help. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a great weekend. Let me help you. I'll see you on Monday.